I'm Christopher Zweig, and this week on CJ at the Movies, I review the film version of Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret, which finally makes it on the big screen. Chris Evans and Ana de Armas in their third film together, Ghosted. Michelle Williams and director Kelly Reichardt in their third film together, Showing Up. The Nazi action thrillers Sisu, and Ray Romano's directorial debut of Somewhere in Queens. Let's take a look. Our first movie is Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret, a delightful coming-of-age comedy from Edge of 17 director Kelly Fremont Craig and based on the beloved book by Judy Blum. Happy Ryder Fortson from the first two Ant-Man movies stars as the preteen Margaret who moves from New York to New Jersey and meets some new friends who start a secret club where they would talk about boys and puberty. She now becomes interested in her own puberty while praying to God that she handles it normally.
Let me just be normal and regular like everybody else. Just please, 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 please.
Her mother, played by Rachel McAdams, is Christian, while her father, played by Benny Safdie, is Jewish, but they allow her to choose her own religion when she gets older. Given some circumstances, she finds herself on a question of faith.
I don't know if I want to do this. Just that we're ready. Please, God, let it be a lady.
What I really loved about Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret is its whimsical and intelligent nature regarding this young heroine and the relationship she has with her mother and grandma, played by Kathy Bates. And it's funny when she wants to enter adulthood even though she can find herself in awkward situations. And both The Edge of 17 and now this one are coming-of-age stories that know how to have smart women with humor and honesty. Don't miss it. I can't say the same thing for Ghosted, the third movie to star Chris Evans and Ana de Armas after the brilliant whodunit, Knives Out, and the awful action thriller The Gray Man. This time, Evans plays a hopeless romantic who immediately falls in love with de Armas. He worries if she ghosted him, and because he left his inhaler, which has a tracking device in her purse, he finds out she's in London and decides to surprise her, but at the worst possible time.
Where am I?
Oh, God, you have the wrong guy?
I'm a farmer.
Wait.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Can you walk, Cole?
Turns out his dream girl is a CIA agent, and when Evans gets kidnapped by dangerous men, they think he's one of them. That's when these two must dodge the villains, and the formula is them arguing over and over again.
You got me kidnapped and tortured all after one day! I swallowed a rock!
You're the one who flew to London!
It was a romantic gesture!
I expected Kevin Hart to be the screw-up in a movie like this, especially since he failed to make me laugh in The Man from Toronto, but not Evans, and he can play smart characters outside his Captain America persona. De Armas is also wasted as the agent, and it turns out they were better off as enemies in Knives Out than they are as lovers. Ghosted is an action rom-com that isn't exactly Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Okay, moving on to much better territory is Showing Up, the latest collaboration between Michelle Williams and director Kelly Reichardt after Wendy and Lucy and Certain Women. This time Williams plays a sculptor who is trying to work on projects for her art show while dealing with certain roadblocks in her life. Her hot water doesn't work, her family has problems, and from time to time she babysits a pigeon which her cat injured.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do without hot water.
My show's open on Friday. I'll be free to deal with it after that.
I have a show too, you know. You're not the only one with a deadline.
I know, but I have 2 shows, which is insane. Hey, give me a push.
That's Chau as her landlord and fellow artist, while Judd Hirsch plays her whimsical father, Andre Benjamin plays a friendly kiln operator, and John Magaro is her troubled brother.
When's my hot water coming back on?
I'm on it.
Easy on the cheese. It's for everyone. I don't want to run out.
Cheese is out on the table. You shouldn't put cheese out on the table if you don't want people to eat it.
I'm sorry if I didn't review this movie sooner, but I had other things going on, like the main character, but somehow I managed to get through and is able to see Showing Up for what it is, a consistently wise and charming film about art and their artists. Forget all the bizarre fantasies, just see it as a representation of ordinary life, and it's thanks to Williams' performance and Reichardt's narrative. Next up we have Sisu, which plays like if John Wick met Inglourious Basterds and tells the story of a winter war vet who lives in the Lapland wilderness during the Lapland War and becomes a gold prospector who strikes gold. Dare I say it, he's played by Jorma Tommila, and when a Nazi platoon tries to steal his treasure, he chooses violence over words, and that's no exaggeration.
We got gold!
The leader of the platoon, played by Aksel Hennie, covets that gold and knows who he is up against, but is unaware that the women his men abducted are more than meets the eye.
This is not about who's the strongest. This is about not giving up. We have a word for that in Finland.
A lot of the violence in Sisu can be silly, but it can also be funny and entertaining in a campy way. I'm told the premise is inspired by First Blood and a Finnish military sniper named Simu Haya, whose nickname is the White Death and fought in the Winter War against the Soviet Union. And in this movie, the gold prospector was known as Koshi, which means the immortal. I seriously doubt he could survive a hanging in real life, but I saw this movie with enough energy and inspiration from other movies, so check it out. And our last movie is Somewhere in Queens, which is the directorial debut of Ray Romano, who cast himself as a handyman in a family business and the father of a young would-be basketball star played by newcomer Jacob Ward. He has the potential to make it in the big games if only he had a talent scout and the ambition.
Your kid, he had a good game. Where's he going to college?
No, he's coming to work for us, a family business, construction.
I'm a scout. If you want me to make a few phone calls, there might be a hole here or there. Some of those holes have scholarships.
Who let the dog out?
You know that's 20 years ago.
I told him we should use Ain't Gonna Be No Rematch at the end of Rocky.
That's 40 years ago.
That's Laurie Metcalf as his wife, who's become bitter after surviving cancer, and their son is dating a girl who is smarter than him. She's played by Sadie Stanley, and when she breaks up with him, Romano asks her to get back together with his son, at least until he can get his future on track.
Hey, Danny, he's not gonna make that team if he's sad like this. Maybe you could go back out with him.
Somewhere in Queens can be typical in certain areas of the story, but it's actually a funny, good-hearted, and truthful film with memorable performances and further proof that this former Everybody Loves Raymond star can expand his horizons, and he doesn't steal the show because he's generous enough to let his supporting actors have their say in what goes down in the story. It knows when to tickle us and when to test our senses, and Romano knows his material, so check it out. Okay, recapping this week's new movies, thumbs way up for Are You There, God? It's me, Margaret. Thumbs down for Ghosted. Thumbs up for Showing Up. Thumbs up for Sisu, and thumbs up for Somewhere in Queens. I'm Christopher Zweig, stay safe, and I'll see you at the movies. For more amazing content, please like and subscribe to my channels, and please read my reviews at cjatthemovies.com and download the new HD Radio app.